So good day, everyone. My name is Captain Danny Perro. I'm a military chaplain for formation Iraq, and I work for Canadian Forces. So before today's one, this chaplain corner, I would like to discuss about a subject that is quite challenging and is difficult. It's about the mystery, let's say, of evil, because some people told me actually because everything's happening in the world those days. It is obviously concerned, and they would like to try to somewhat actually go a bit deeper about where 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 it's coming actually, where actually are we can explain that, especially in a religious perspective, because the point of view that I will carry on actually, I'm Roman Catholic, and I will bring a bit of reflection that is Christian, but what I will do before saying things, coming from the Bible and going down, I prefer we start from the experience and we go back maybe to, or maybe the Bible give some some reflection about this mystery, because there is something that is very challenging as difficult. Is normally evil strike in a way that is irrational. So often let's say that when things happen and we can speak about, I mean, terrible situation like sickness, where for no reason someone died from a cancer, someone that we love and it's important for us. It's like strike without actually having an explanation. And if it adds some explanation, actually, it will have somewhat actually being very easier, because we can say, oh, it is something that it is a situation of causality. You put yourself in a difficult situation and you can expect, and we know that is not always the case. That's and it's all actually it's challenging for people, and it is why it's very difficult to speak about that, the mystery of evil, especially when you strike us. And it's quite dangerous. And the thing is that, to be honest with you, and as a chaplain, what I do every day, I try to really very careful in the way I spoke about that, because it is not the same when you strike someone else and you strike yourself, or people that are close to you. And often actually being silent and actually having a time of compassion is maybe the best answer that we have toward each others. So in what I will tell, actually, it's not an explanation, because I don't think we can explain something that is not explainable, like I said at the beginning, but it's more actually in terms of what was the reflection at the why I'm actually why is evil in the world come from. And a thing that we can acknowledge is a part of the evil come from the free will that we have, since that every human being has a capacity to choose for themselves what they do, what they don't do. A big aspect actually come from the decision that we do. And often it's we every one of us and what we do our life, often we have ethical question, and we have actually, I mean, an occasion actually to do good, to do evil, or in front of evil do something or do nothing. And it's play a big role in our actually this interaction of people with free will actually influence our world. And depending actually for sure of you how much people you have to take in care, and how much power and authority you have, you can influence actually the world around you. But the cornerstone and where we work, that's the reason why actually when we speak more in a religious background, we don't want to be political. What we want to do is remember and call every human being actually to this importance of conversion that we need to have inside of every one of us. Actually, it is a battle for light and darkness inside of us. If I go from this experience and I put it in the Bible, it is where actually they locate actually the reason why the universe is actually a bit chaotic. When you start actually with the books of Genesis, there is a question that God created actually men and women actually good at the beginning, and everything was in the paradise. And at some point, we spoke about the free will of man that created actually an unbalance in the universe, where they were actually influenced by another spirit, another pure spirit that we call the devil, or that is identified as a snake in Genesis, actually, that influence actually people. And that's interesting because yeah, when I was at the seminary as well, I made a master degree in the sin of the angels. And that's happened is because when you speak about the angel, they are, you know, they are pure spirit. They have free will as well, and we locate. So you got actually the God that create things good, and you have at some point another where the angels, some of them rebel against him, so they make a choice when they're free will and influence actually mankind as well. So there is things that, so at the corner store, before the universe is affected by uh, by by evil and sickness and everything, there is like at some point something that's come from our free will and all we can do as much as we can actually to resist to evil in our own life and make a difference. And especially, I would like this the evil of our time that I would like to say is it is important that everyone actually take his own mission. Every one of us, we can make a difference. Every one of us actually um, have a possibility if we decide to be fully what we are, we can actually be a light in the world, because you know what was said actually is it's only necessary, it's not that evil to prevail, it is only necessary that the man and women of good don't act. And that's the thing I would like to encourage every one of us actually to have this occasion is how much actually I have an occasion to do something and what I can do and how I can put my gift actually to make good choices with my free will in order to avoid. And another aspect that is more, I mean, difficult, it's how much actually for sure this choices disequilibrate actually the balance toward the universe, because in the books of the Genesis, the way that it's presented, it is that everyone was in harmony at the beginning, and this harmony was broken somewhat. And actually, it's like a fight started between also the element of the universe and mankind have challenges and difficulties actually to get some. So it's something that is it's more difficult because like every free will has autonomy. It is also true for it's not a free will, but the element of the universe have their own regulation and rules. So for example, if I decide actually to build a town on the tectonic plate where there is a great chance of having earthquake and I don't put proper foundation and everything, for sure, there is a chance to have evil and casualties that's come from the ignorance or the of the, but again, there's some human decision there, but the ignorance actually of the danger that is there. The Christian answer, because I think it's pretty much the way that because when someone can tell me and I accept that, because to be honest with you, in the one aspect, it's the best argument actually about against the existence of God. It's pretty much actually the existence of evil, because people will tell you it is if God is good and he is all powerful, or he let evil go, because if he's good, evil should not exist, and if he is good and he is all powerful, it means that he let things exist and work by themselves without actually himself doing anything about it. And I know it's a challenging question, and it's interesting because in the Bible you don't have an answer where just God just say there and it is the answer that he gives is pretty much the mystery of the cross, when He sent Jesus, and Jesus actually, the way that is handle evil will be to decide to take our humanity, take our place, and take evil on him. So he didn't actually avoid to be crucified. He didn't avoid actually to suffer in his cross. He take everything on himself for us to have life. And that's quite interesting the way, because instead of giving, you know, a rhetorical and philosophical answer that tell us, you know, you should need that evil is not real, you should just actually, or it's only temporary. You got actually this God that decide to take everything on himself and don't say somewhat a word, but just actually like a warrior receive receive the it instead of us. And it's something that's actually touched me greatly, especially, I mean, in a few months, we will celebrate the Good Friday celebration and everything. But the answer, I mean, of God is pretty much actually fighting evil by going actually in our challenge himself and showing empathy by taking over our own sadness, our own challenges, our own blood, our own death, and through his passion. It is the way that he decided to answer instead of just, you know, speaking about it or just doing something. So it's something that inspired me, and I would like to invite every people actually to hope along those days. We don't know for sure all things will unfold in the world and everything. The thing we can know for sure, because the history, I mean, the history of mankind is very large and every aspect, and we should acknowledge that it's not the first time in the history that humankind went through challenging time. We should not forget actually that we are, I mean, just few 1 century ago, we weren't going through great wars, and we had actually the great the great pestilence at some point, and I mean, economical struggle. It was something that happened, but what happened? It's at the end with perseverance and going. There's always I will use a religious term, it's a resurrection after it, and it's not the end. It's challenging. It is something that is really they has hope, and there is actually something in in front of us. So I mean, today it was very humble. By the way, again, I'm not explaining everything, and I don't know, but I just wanted to give a bit of theological, philosophical uh, background. I mean, there's hope, and also if ever some people are going through a challenging time and need support, remember always your chaplain are there for you, and we'll be more than happy actually to discuss and find ways, and actually not only finding ways and discuss about it, but take action in order to find a way actually that to put more light in the life of people around us, make prevail justice, and make decision actually at every level that we have in order to become better humans in this world. So again, I wish you a wonderful day and talk to you next time.